three to that.
I just want to, yeah. That's a big part of what happened today. It's going to be winning the game. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Yeah. I'll take some of that. Let me know you're going to catch.
I'm good.
You good?
As good as can be.
All right. Kelsey.
Kelsey Bruce, The Athletic. Okay, so we'll start there. What was that conversation at halftime that sparked it?
Man, we didn't look like us. You know, I think when you play games like this, you know, I think the biggest thing, well, this is a bad idea. Just, you know, like understanding that we won game one and there's a different preparation, different tone they want to set. And they said in the presser that they were tired, you know, so they believe that they just were tired and they could come out there and just play with energy. And they did. You got to give them credit, and they made it tough. But, you know, we found some type of resiliency as a group on the defensive end. Like offensively, yeah, you know, 71's great, but I keep saying, like, we just found a way to get stops, crucial rebounds, crucial everything, you know, and I think that's what ultimately got us to that point. And sure, we had some things go our way, you know, the missed free throw and stuff like that, but to ultimately put us back in that position, we had to get stops. Doesn't matter how many times you score, you have to get stops, especially being down, was it 18 and a half? So, like, understanding that's what you got to do.
You obviously have the junkyard dog chain on. You got drenched by your teammates out on the floor afterwards. Having the support of your teammates after this type of performance, what does that mean, and what does this performance mean to you?
It means the world. You know, when it's crazy. Like, you know, I try to, you know, give my teammates all the credit, because at the end of the day, like I said, you know, they trust me enough to make these plays, and they immediately go right back and say, nah, like, screw that, like, it's you know what I mean? And that just gives you confidence. And, you know, I told Serena the other night, like, I hadn't played to my best of my abilities, you know, and started at Toronto and then Brooklyn, you know, Indiana, and the last game. So, like, for me, just trying to just be the leader that I can be. I haven't been the best, and just trying to just force myself into the game and be a leader. But when you have guys that are consistently in your ear every second telling you to keep going, it makes life, you know, very easy. Sorry, I'm not even talking into the mic.
Going off that really quick, that mindset of after not playing a stretch of games, I feel like, did you come in like, specifically wanting to do something, I guess, to turn that around? Yeah,
you know, and I try to set the tone early, and, you know, sometimes when you try too hard, you start messing up the other way. You know, when you start, like, pressuring the ball, and now Ayo gets by me, you know, now it's where defense is collapsing, putting ourselves in bad positions because you're trying to be over-aggressive. And then, you know, I think we were all just out of sorts to start. And, you know, for me, coming into the third, it was like, just make the simple play. You know, whatever that may be, whether it's, like I said, getting to the basket, trusting guys, finding guys, and, you know, just get stops. And we were, like I said, keep plugging, keep fighting, and, you know, just understanding just it'll come.
Jason,
what do you take us through the free throw line at the end of regulation, and with all those big dudes out there, how do you want to move the ball?
Yeah, that's why I had asked JB to, you know, put Rolo in, because we worked on it in Toronto, but the guys seemed like they knew what I was talking about when I said Toronto, but they just told me they had no damn idea what the hell I was talking about. So, you know, we did it so long ago, but, you know, understanding that, you know, I've done that in Utah. We went over that, and we went over how to miss. Like, that's how, like, to detail Quinn Snyder is how to miss. And, you know, just understanding that, you know, if I put it on the certain side, you know, Rolo's going to crash. I think it was J.A. and Rolo. I forgot what side they were on. But understanding that they're the priority. You got to go in there and fight and compete, and they don't have two bigs to kind of go in there and compete with those two. And knowing that the guy has to come from behind me to box me out. So if I could just get it on the rim with some loft and take off and use my athleticism to get there, you know, make the play. But if I had missed the first one, I probably would have caught it and tried to find the corners. That's why you feel the corners out. That was just the thought process at the end.
So you like the loft rather than like the line?
Yeah, because it's for me, it's just so unpredictable. Like, you don't know, it can hit and go right, hit and go left. At least when they loft it, like for me, I put it up there and it hits the rim and it goes up. So now I can put myself in the play and then just go jump and try and make a play, tap it out, grab it, and in this case, make the lip.
It looked like Kevin was going to that spot before they put Robin there. Why did you like Robin there with size?
Shooter. It's like, just in case I get it, I'm falling out of bounds, you have a shooter right there for the three.
Bob.
You're talking about outside the three, correct?
Yeah. It looked like Kevin was going.
Yeah, and then I told him to come out because, you know, just if I get it or one of us gets it right to a shooter.
Bob Finham, Lyria Chronicle. Did you ever score 71 points in high school, church league?
Nothing. 2K. 2K for sure. I definitely, when I first got into the league, I played with the Jazz, and I was just shooting it every time. I don't think I did it this efficiently in 2K, but no, I've never have, and it's the closest I think I've got was the bubble maybe when I had 57, but that was in a loss. So this one feels a lot better.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland account. Hey, Donovan.
Hey.
Well, you started by missing 5 of your first 7 shots.
God.
How did you flip it around?
Like I said, just keep plugging away. I was talking to BD, Brad Daugherty, the legend in the back, and one thing he said, I'm not making this up, by the way, so I'm not capping or anything, but he was just saying, when you're going through slumps, just one thing he saw MJ do and other guys do, Grace, just keep. Matter of fact, this man, I got to give you credit too. VJ came to my ear. I'm eating before the game, and what you said. I can't really say what he said, but along the lines of and it caught me by surprise. I told the trainers, I was like, damn, VJ really said that, and it just you said, just keep pushing. You a bad dude, keep plugging away, and that's what happens when you go, in these streaks when you're not really shooting the ball well, not playing well as a whole, and just keep pushing. Be overly maybe not overly aggressive, but just force yourself into the game by any means necessary, and that's what I ended up doing. Just keep forcing myself, and like I said, when you have the trust of your teammates, man, it makes my life a lot easier.
Joe.
So I apologize if you've been asked something like this, but when you think about 71, you talk about Wilt, Kobe, Elgin Baylor, David Robinson. What does it mean to you to be in that kind of air?
It's humbling. I'm speechless, to be honest with you, when you say that. I think, for me, not only did I do that, but I did it in an effort where we came back and won, and it's how we won. That's really what, for me, was man, this is, nuts, to be honest. So yeah, I'm extremely blessed, humbled that I'm in that company, in that group. I've always believed I can be, one of the best players in this league, but I got to keep working. And this is a big milestone, but at the end of the day, we got to continue to. Those guys have all won, at the highest level, and that's my ultimate goal. But to be there in the record books with them is truly incredible.
Joe.
Yeah, Donovan, number one, congratulations.
Thank you.
Uncle Rochester for the Bulls. I called Kobe's 81-point game when I was with the Raptors.
Oh, so it was you.
Yes. It was. So, when in this game did you sense something special was going on?
Honestly, the free throw. Throughout the whole third and fourth, I was just trying to, anytime they score, just find a way to score. Just find a way to, whether it's myself, somebody, just score. Just score, just keep us in positions, because I knew we were going to get stops. But once I made the free throw, that's when I was like, okay, God's got something for me right on here. It's I can go a few ways. The ball can go left, the ball can go right, but, it happened to go my way, and I made the layup. But once I made that, that's when I sat in the huddle, and JB and I started laughing. I was like, we might as well win the game, at this point. But the third and fourth quarter for me is just what my job is. I take it, and, it's going out there and just finding a way to win. But, the free throw was kind of that's why I couldn't stop smiling after that, because, it's just one of those things, and I'm glad we fought and got the win.
Congrats.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Dan Cunningham, ESPN Cleveland. Donovan, you played every second of the second half tonight. What were the conversations with JB like about keeping you in the game?
Just don't take me out, to be honest. That's what I told him. And like I said, when you can say that, have that conversation and trust, but I was like, look, I'm good. I'm good. I'll find my ways. And, what really helped was getting to the free throw line, slowing the pace down, slowing the game down. That was probably the longest third quarter I've ever played, just from all the fouls, just trying to get into the paint. They did a pretty good job of me in the first game. So, watching film, finding ways to attack in seams, knowing where guys are going to help from, know where guys are going to be, and, just trying to make those plays. And when you ask to stay in the game and, coach allows you got to go out there and be able to do your job. Otherwise, if I ask to do it again, it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? So if I ask to do it, I got to be ready for it.
Last two, Chris and Jason.
Donovan, that was one of the greatest scoring performances in the history of the game. Has that sunk in yet?
You keep saying that. I keep smiling. I don't know, man. It hasn't. I can't sit here. It probably will tomorrow. I don't know how much sleep I'm going to get tonight, but it is what it is. Like I said, man, I'm humbled and blessed to be able to be in that company, to be in this position. But It's crazy to say, but this is just one game. We got Phoenix coming up, a talented group. We got to get our rest and get ready for that. Obviously DG and Ev weren't playing tonight. We don't know what to expect in the future, but all of us got to be locked in and ready because and you got to give guys credit for stepping up, especially Raul and Robin. Whether Robin's 7 minutes or Raul's 17, like being ready when your bell is called continuously. Kevin Love stepping into the starting position seamlessly, that's what we got to do. And Phoenix is coming in. I think they lost, so they're going to come in on some stuff, and we got to be ready for it.
Good job, Jason.
One more on the free throw. You said you went over that meticulously with Quinn in Utah.
Yeah.
Did it ever work like that? Is that the first time it worked, or is it work?
That's the first. Man, I'm trying to remember. That's the first time it worked that I got the ball. I think I've done it. We've hit it out and we've missed, but I don't think it's ever worked. And for shooter to catch, it's been happening recently. Luka had 2 of them. I've watched the first one, so I was like, it'd be cool if I could go ahead and get one. But I think that's the first time that I've got it for sure.
How many times roughly do you think you tried that in a game?
In a game, not many. Maybe once or twice.
How many times did you drill it?
Quinn Snyder, a lot. But it was probably once every month or so. But he would just make sure we had something in place, and it started with having 2 bigs. So when we first did it was Derek Favors and Rudy down there. Last year it was Hassan and Rudy, and then we lost Fabe. I forgot who our backup big was, and that's embarrassing. I should probably know that. But that's kind of what it was. Just put the 2 big guys down there, miss it, tip it out, and try to make a play.
Thanks.
Thank you. Oh, I want to say prayers up for the Bills' safety, man. I heard about it. I didn't see it, but I wish him and his family. We're praying for him. All of us in the locker room. Kevin Love actually hit me on it and make sure we all want to, from the Cavalier organization, we want to wish the best and praying if everything goes well. So.